What's going on?
Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno. As we speak to filmmaker Dexter Fletcher as we attend the UK premiere of his new film, Sunshine on Leith.
Have you thought about what you're going to do now that we're out?
What's it involves your sister?
Hey.
Come here.
Matt, it's all right. I'm sorry to hear about Ronnie.
It was my squad, Dad. It was my responsibility.
Immersive and just such a great feel-good film, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the ambition of it. You know, I want people to feel good when they come out and go and see it. And musicals are great for doing that because they kind of cross all these barriers, you know. It doesn't matter who you are. If the tune picks you up and carries you, then that's it. You can't help but tap your toe.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today.
The story is crafted around these songs, and they're not kind of shoehorned in. They're very specific and particular to a character. So, they feel effective in the right place, and that we learn a bit more about the character. We learn about what's going on inside, which I think we know, but it just gives us that bit more, you know, that much more. When someone sings about hating their love for you, you know, Jane Horrocks sings and I hate my love for you, it's a really emotive lyric. And what we try to do is not let that emotion run away, but let it sort of, the characters sort of just let their inner voice sing.
And this is an ensemble piece.
Very much.
So directing this compared to Wild Bill.
Yeah.
How did that work for you as a director?
Well, I mean, we had a month's rehearsal because we had these 12 songs that we had to deliver. So that was obviously a bit of a bonus because it had times for everyone to kind of gel and come together. And also within the casting of the family and the extended family, that was a lot of the joy of it, actually. There's a big wedding anniversary in the middle, which is a great moment, and there's a real sense of community for me in that moment. And that was very deliberate. And what we did is we got Jane and Peter out front, and we knew it was their wedding anniversary, and then their kids, and then their girlfriend and boyfriend. And then we decided on who everybody else was at that party, brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and cousins and workmates, and, you know, and everybody became part of that. So everybody had a part. And I think that's kind of what helped really gel and bring it together. So that's part and parcel of what we did.
That's a pivotal scene anyway for the film, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the other thing that we get to see is Peter Mullen.
Yeah.
I've never seen him before. He kind of reminded me of Lee Marvin singing I
That
Was Born Under a
comparison
Wandering
has been made, yeah. Well, look, it's a classic moment. Everybody knows Lee Marvin singing I Was Born Under a Wandering Star. I think Peter's a considerably better singer. You know, he has a particular kind of voice, but he can hold a tune and he's bang on key and bang on time. And I think it's really about a man's love for a woman for 25 years, and I think he captures that brilliantly. And it's not only a wonderful bit of singing, because it is, and it's gravelly and rough, but it's a lovely bit of performance as well.
One drink, then I'm off.
Don't tell me. Tell your sister. She wants you to meet her pal.
I'm sure your brother's lovely. I'm just not up for small talk.
This one's different.
Different how?
He's just going to be staring at your tits.
She's English.
It's English.
It's fantastic, you know, that this began as a stage show in Scotland in 2007, and it had 3 runs over about 6 years, and by the last run we knew it was going to be a movie. And it was just a matter of getting it together, and, you know, but that was a long process, and getting Dexter involved, and then, you know, Peter Mullen and Jane Horrocks, and then it kind of all came together. So it's been a long process, and I think I've seen it 4 times now, and it gets better every time I see it, so very happy. Yeah.
Is it very flattering for you when somebody, you know, doesn't just want to write a play about it, but that invests in really your songs so much, and that for the love of the songs, that they want to make it into now a screen?
I think it's beyond flattering. I think it's surprising, to be honest. I mean, we never heard our songs in context of ever being in a musical. It was just so happened that Stephen Greenhorn, who wrote the original stage show and then who wrote the script for this, he got it. He saw the drama, or felt the drama in the lyrics, and so he pulled it out for the stage show. 3 runs, each time it got better and better. So when it came down to doing the movie, especially because of Dexter, we'd known what he's done as an actor, and then we saw Wild Bill, his first film, and you know, and there was no doubt we were going to love it. So we said to Dexter, look, you got carte blanche, you do what you want with the songs, take them apart, rebuild them, because some of the songs are going to be sung by female actors, so that changes the complexion of everything. He did it so well, everything was done so beautifully that we're just delighted how well it's turned out, you know.
It was one night. It was 25 years ago, Jane.
We were married, Rab. I want you to get out of my sight.
Because these songs are so well known and endeared by people, was it difficult for you having to sort of disconnect your association with those songs and actually connect to the sentiment that's required within the film, if you see what I mean?
Yes, I mean, I think the songs are so beautifully written anyway. What was a revelation, I think, in the film is women singing these songs. And I did ask the Proclaimers if there had been many cover versions of the songs, and they said no, particularly no women. And I think, you know, it was a real eye-opener for them even to hear women singing their songs. And there's sort of something very, very beautiful about the melodies, the harmonies, really beautifully constructed pieces, yeah.
Is that nice then for you as a performer to be able to put your own stamp on it?
Well, I mean, they were reorchestrated, the songs, for the film. And so they have a very different feel. I mean, I sing the title song, which is the best known for being sung by football supporters for the Hibernian Football Club. So, you know, have all these rowdy men singing the song, and then, you know, I sing it, you know, in this sort of very kind of ballady way, and it's a very sort of, I mean, it's very soft and intimate how I sing it. So it was nice to reinterpret them and kind of ease it, because that was the nature of the film.
Going to propose to Liz?
We just had such a great time. Was the main, you know, kind of memory I have from it. It's just how much everyone got on and how much everyone was there for each other. Because it's also quite a scary thing, you know. None of us had really done many musicals before, or any musicals before. So everyone was sort of very open with each other immediately because of the scenario, and it created a wonderful atmosphere on set.
Does it help as well that you've got a director who's also an actor? So there's that trust, because he knows how to push you, because he would do the same what was required.
Yeah, he knows all the exact same fears that we're having, and he knows far more than we do as well. So it was just, we always used to say on set, in Dexter we trust, you know, if ever we had a worry of thinking, oh my God, here we are singing and dancing, this isn't what, you know, we've done before, can we do it? It's always in Dexter we trust.
With regards to your character, it's very much an ensemble piece, but I really felt watching it that your character's the linchpin that ties all of these people together. Is that how you saw him?
Well, I think first and foremost it's an ensemble piece, as you say, and I think it was just, I mean, that's kind of more a credit to Stephen's writing, the fact that the way they intertwine so beautifully. I mean, Davey and Ali coming back together. Every time you explain the story, you realise how connected everyone is. And I think you can it's whoever you follow, really. You could follow any one of the characters, and they all revolve around each other so much that each one could become the centre at any point.
It's over and done with, it's over and done with. It's over and done with, it's over and done with.
What are you doing with yourself? You working?
Yeah, in a call centre.
And I thought I had it bad.
For me, it kind of like, the whole story revolves around, obviously, love being the main thing, and then of course, and then loyalty, sort of the idea of where your loyalties lie, and whether they're with family or with your partner or with yourself. And I feel, definitely with Liz, it's a kind of a struggle, I guess, you know, within herself to figure out what she should prioritise, and this idea that she does believe in herself, but yet she's got this amazing relationship, and it's this kind of idea of how do you know what's the best thing to do in these situations, and how do you...
She's really brave as well, because the one particular scene that I'm thinking of in the ballroom, which obviously I don't want to do any spoilers, but you know, you're sitting there thinking, oh my God.
I think I know what happens in the end, so it's fine.
So that was one of the things that kind of struck me about her character, was just how strong and brave she was, really. She just could have carried on with convention.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's that thing of, you've got to listen to your sort of gut instinct, and it's very much this idea that she could have done the typical route, and there was nothing actually there that was in the way, or that was clashing between them. It's just this idea, I guess this idea that you've got to. The best, I always say this to myself, as my own kind of personal motto, that the longest relationship that you're ever going to have with anyone is the one you have with yourself. So it's this idea that she's got to nurture that and see where that can go, rather than,
very wise words. I might take them on board, actually.
Will you do me the honour of becoming my wife?
I was just saying, I came in to hear this hubbub of excitement. Everyone's going crazy. It's a little bit, it's amazing. Yeah, very surreal.
And yet with your character, you're the character out of everybody, I think, that kind of wears his heart on his sleeve the most, would you say?
Poor Ali, he gives out everything that he wants to give out. He wears his heart on his sleeve, as you see. He's an honest guy. He just wants everything that he wants, and he's not prepared to stop until he gets it. And there's a really endearing, honest, down-to-earth quality about Ali. I think that, that's what I saw.
He's kind of like, out of everybody, he's the one who's most up in the air, isn't he? He's the least settled, really.
And sort of, in contrast with that, the one who absolutely wants to settle and root himself in Scotland and start a family and have a life. The other guys aren't sure if they're going to move, if they're going to stay. And Ali's, he's done all that. He's got all that out of his system at a young age. And I think because he came from a world where sort of a settled family background wasn't the norm, that's exactly what he wants to create. He's almost envious of the Henshaws because of what they've got.
Well, interestingly enough, one of the lines that really stands out in the film is what you deliver with regards, and that sums your character up, is he says, because they want me, when he goes back. And I thought, that does really sum up. He just wants to be loved, doesn't he?
Yeah, that he just wants to be loved, and I don't know that he's been shown a great deal of love in his life so far, or through circumstances his parents weren't around, so he's only ever seen parenting from a second-hand point of view, and therefore it absolutely falls in love with Davy in terms of this brotherhood that they have. Falls in love with Davy's sister, and he wants her to be his everything. He wants all that family, and he's just desperate for it. And it kind of, without giving too much away, he gets it and he doesn't get it at the same time,
This is about me and you. If something happens, I want to know if you come with me.
Or what? That's us finished.
Is this the first time that we're seeing you singing on film?
It is.
It must be intimidating.
Very intimidating, I have to say. Yeah, no, I mean, I've always wanted to. I initially thought I was going to be a singer when I was younger. I thought I'd wanted to do musical theatre more like. And then I kind of realised I wanted to do acting instead. So it's really, really nice to have the opportunity to sing.
Was it daunting? Because there was one particular scene at the end where you're on location. It's this massive piece with singing and dancing.
That was spectacle. Yeah, that was really, really frightening. It was great fun. And we had a lot of rehearsal. We had almost a week's rehearsal, dancing and singing and all the rest of it. But nothing could kind of really prepare you for getting there, and then just it being really open to the public, because you can only close off a square so much. So yeah, it was very open, and that doesn't normally happen on a film set. You normally manage to cordon it off a little bit. So that was terrifying, because it meant that people were watching you and expecting a good show all the way through. But it was good as well, because it made us up our game. So so yeah, it was good.
If I said to you, let's get married, what would you say? It's not a proposal. Thankfully for you. Let's Keat.
What a fabulous song. I mean, Proclaimers are my heroes, effectively. I grew up with their music, and I'm from Edinburgh and a Hibs fan. I used to stand beside Craig and Charlie in Easter Road. And so when the chance of getting involved with this movie came up, I was like, I jumped at it. And so, I'm really just chuffed to be here and chuffed to be involved.
It just felt like there was a great energy coming from it, and everybody was just really enjoying themselves.
That was it. I mean, on set, it was it was electric, and sort of really it's got that kind of feeling to it. What comes across hopefully on screen is what we were feeling there. It was good vibes. Everyone's there. The music's strong, and one nation under a groove and all that kind of stuff.
What if what you want is going to hurt other people?
You've got to make your own mind up about what's right for you.
If you love her, just go and get her.